Hey everyone, this is Larry with Today I Feel Like. Today we're going to take a look at the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro X B2 wireless microphone kit. This is a dual channel wireless microphone kit, and this is the upgraded version because we've had the Blink 500 Pro, but this is the Pro X. So let's go ahead, unbox it, take a look at it, and then test it out and see how this thing performs. So let's jump into it, and here we go. So here's the box. We have a little bit of branding right here where it says the model number and the name and such here. And this is going to be the Blink 500 Pro X B2. This is a 2.4 gigahertz dual channel wireless microphone system. It says ideal for instrument recording, live streaming, vlogging, mobile journalism, and more. It says compatible with cameras and mobile devices. So that's pretty good. Let's see here. We're going to get, looks like 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, and we can get an idea of what the case is going to look like there. So there we go. You can see it's going to snap right onto your shirt or clip right onto your shirt, and the microphone is going to be built into the transmitter there. So yeah, it says up to 100 meters of wireless range, selectable mono stereo input, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack for real-time monitoring, built-in omnidirectional mic for 360-degree sound pickup, compatible with smartphones, tablets, cameras, camcorders, etc. All right, let's see here. There is a packing list, but we'll go through all of that as we open it up. And we can see it says easy to read OLED display, omnidirectional pickup pattern, low latency, and up to 10 hours of battery life. Okay, let's go ahead and open this thing up. So let me just cut through this plastic right here so we can get this thing out and see what we have here. And let's see here. I think this is going to open up right from the top there. And let's see if we can slide everything out and see what we have in here. All right, let's see. Let's get this out here. And oh, I think this may come out like that. There. Oh, I don't think that was the way it was supposed to come out, but that's the way it came out for me. All right, well, we'll set that off to the side there. And it looks like we're going to get a couple of Saramonic stickers and a user manual in here if you need it. So there's that. You have your QC code or QC sticker and all that stuff on there. So set that off to the side. We're going to have our box full of accessories in here. So let's see what we are going to get. And it looks like everything's going to come in a nice little pouch, which is nice to see. So you can carry everything in that. It's going to be a little branded pouch here. And let's just take everything out and see what we have. All right. It looks like we are going to get a TRS to TRS cable. So this is going to work with your cameras. So if you need your cameras, that's going a cable for your cameras. That's where it's going to go. We are going to have a USB-A to USB-C cable. So I imagine this is going to be for charging probably the box here, the case. We are going to have a TRS to TRRS cable. This is going to be for smartphones and mobile devices and such. And our infamous silica gel. We always have to have silica gel. All right. And then it looks like in here we are probably going to have a lavalier microphone, and we are going to have a dead cat that can fit onto the transmitter there. So you can use this if you want, so that you can have your lavalier microphone hooked up if that works for you better. And because this is a dual transmitter, a dual channel wireless mic kit, we're going to have 2 lavalier microphones so you can mic up both people at the same time. We are also going to have another dead cat in here that we can also use with the other transmitters. So, all right. And last but definitely not least, we have the charging box here, the charging case. We can see a little branding. It says Blink 500 Pro X, TX to RX. And we can see we're going to have the lights right there. That's going to be a power indicator. And we are going to, you can see right there how much juice is left in there. We're going to have on the back a USB-C port for charging. It says 5 volts or 1.5 amps. And that's pretty much it. Now when we hit the button to open this up, we can click that, and there we go. We open it up, and now we are going to see our transmitters and the receivers. So we're going to have our, it says TX, TX, and RX. So these are going to be our transmitters, and we'll go ahead. It looks like there's probably some plastic on there. We'll take the plastic off, see if we make sure that everything is ready to go. So we'll make sure that these devices are charged up and paired up so that we can start testing them. And let me go ahead and get those in there, and let me get the tape off of the receiver and put that on there as well. All right, and now you can see there how it looks as these start to charge up. You can see that the OLED screen has a nice display, so you can get an idea of that the batteries are going through and actually charging up there. So, okay. Well, let's go ahead and actually test these things out. Now, I can tell you, I almost never use the lavalier microphones, but since this is a review and I know some people are going to want to hear how they sound, I will use them. But generally, what I use are the built-in microphones of the transmitters. So let me go ahead and just do the transmitter first. I'll hook it up to my camera here in the studio, and we'll test it out in here. And then I think I'm going to take it outside, and since they say you can use it with mobile devices, I think I'll go ahead and hook it up to one of my smartphones and see how it sounds with one of my smartphones. All right, so I went ahead and hooked the microphone up. I'm using it now with my Sony a7S III. I have the receiver mounted right on top of the camera, and I have the transmitter just clipped on to the drawstrings of my hoodie here. Now, I often don't wear, or almost never wear, my microphones on the outside of my clothing like this. I usually always put it on my tank top underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, but I just wanted to let you see what it looks like if you're wearing it on the outside and how it sounds if you're wearing it on the outside as well. So let me go ahead and just grab this right quick. It's gonna make a little bit of noise with the handling noise. And let me just put it right underneath here. And this is the way I would normally wear my my wireless mic. That way you don't actually see it and you don't get any kind of crazy ruffling noise or anything generally. And so this way I can have my mic just sort of disappear, but you still hear that nice clean audio. All right, well, let me tell you about these. Let me just give you a quick look around these transmitters right quick so that you can see what they look like. And there's one thing on here, a very key feature that I am so happy they went back to with the ProX model. So, and this is one of the transmitters. Now we can see on this side we have a set button, and it's a plus and minus button so that you can change your gain levels and you can go up and down through the menus, but also a set button. So once you get where you want to get in the menus, you just push and hold that to set it. And this is right here. This is what I was talking about that I'm glad they went back to. And this is a USB-C port. Now, I am so happy that they went back to that because on the Pro model, they had a micro USB port. And this way, I can charge this device with a USB port. I don't have to take this charging box if I don't want to. The case, I can just grab a transmitter and a receiver and go. And if I have a power bank with me, I can just plug in, charge that up, and just keep on pushing. Sometimes you want to keep your kit as small as possible, and you want to just have this in your pocket and not worry about the whole case with you. So being able to charge on the go works really nicely. And I did not want to carry a separate micro USB cable just for my wireless mics, and so this right here is absolutely wonderful. So yeah, all right, now on this side here we can see there's going to be a power button that doubles as a mute button. So so once you have this on, you can push it and then it will mute your audio, and once you push it and hold it, it will actually power the device on and off. Now you also have your clip right here. This clip is going to double as well, it's really just one clip. It's just so that you can mount it onto yourself. You can mount it onto your clothing, onto a belt, or wherever it is you need to mount it onto. And right here, you may see these little connectors right here. These little connectors are what are the contacts that you have in the charging case, so that this device can actually charge up. So yeah. Now on the very top here, you're going to have a mic in and line in. So if you're running a line in, you can go there. And you can also do that with a mic in. If you want to use, say, one of the included lavalier microphones, you can plug that right into here, and now you have your microphone that will work there. Now, also on here is a microphone. So this area right here is a included microphone. You may see the two holes right there. That is so that you can put on one of these little mini dead cats on here, and you just go ahead and get those lined up, and then you can snap them into place. Sometimes it takes a little bit of getting them lined up, but that's pretty much there. And now you have your dead cat on there. So in the event that you're outside filming and you need to knock down the wind, you can do that. And to take this off, you just simply grab it, pull it a little bit, and it comes off. So now I find that if I wear my wireless mic underneath my clothing, I don't have to worry about the wind because my clothing knocks down the wind for me. Now, if it's super windy, maybe you have some issues. I don't know. I've noticed sometimes if I'm wearing a jacket, like a sort of like a down jacket or something like that, that I may get some ruffling noise. And in that case, I may want to put a dead cat on and then have the mic on the outside so I don't get all that ruffling noise. But yeah. All right. So this is what the microphone sounds like using the built-in microphone of the transmitter. So let's go ahead and hook up the included Lavalier microphone, and we will go ahead and test that out and see how that sounds. Okay, so I went ahead and hooked up the Lavalier microphone. You may be able to see it. It is right there. And one nice thing about the Lavalier microphone is that it is very small and discreet. So if you are using the built-in transmitter of this and you normally wear this on the outside of your clothing, well, you might want to consider actually wearing the Lavalier, using the Lavalier microphone instead. Now, it didn't come with a dead cat for the Lavalier capsules, but if you don't need a dead cat, if you're filming indoors or something, or it's not windy, then you don't have to really worry about it. There is a foam wind puff so that you shouldn't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, it's very simple to use. You just simply plug it in and you're good to go. You don't really need to do anything extra. So you just simply plug it in and use it like you would and clip it to wherever you want to clip it. So yeah. Now, I like just using the transmitter microphone because it's one less thing that I have to worry about carrying around with me. And anytime that you have to plug something in, there's always a risk that something could come unplugged. And so it's just one less thing to worry about using the built-in microphones of the transmitter. But some people actually like the sound of the Lavalier microphones better. And so if you're one of those people, then this may do a nice job for you. Now, the nice thing about this kit is also these Lavaliers come included. Some of these other some of these other microphone manufacturers, I won't say any names, they do provide you with both transmitters in their kits, but they don't provide any Lavalier microphones. If you want the Lav mics, you have to pay for them extra and buy them separately. And some of those microphones can cost anywhere from $50 to $70. So to buy two of them, you're talking about maybe an extra, $100, $120, $140, depending on how much you have to pay for them. And that just adds to the overall price of your kit. So when you start looking at price, having all of this included is really a nice deal. So, okay. All that said, let's actually hook this up to one of my smartphones and let's head outside and just see what it sounds like if we're outside a little bit. I'll do a little bit of a distance test as well, just so we can see what this sounds like if I walk away from my phone a little bit and walk away from the transmitter and the receiver, have a little bit of distance in between them, and we'll see how it performs just with a little bit of a distance test. All right, outside we go. All right, so I'm outside and I have the microphone hooked up. I'm using my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, and I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of a distance test. I'm going to go ahead and just turn around and walk backwards and just talk a little bit and see how this microphone holds up, if the signal is able to maintain if it's able to maintain a signal when it has broken line of sight and at what distance. So let me go ahead and turn around and start walking, and I can tell you that I have the camera just in the basic camera mode right now. So it's not in the pro mode or anything. It's just in the standard stock camera app. And so, yeah, this is just walking a little bit. I'm only going to go to about where these cars are. So this isn't very far at all. It's probably about 50 feet or something like that. This is far less than the 100 meters that it says it has the range. And I have now reestablished line of sight.
So if I did lose the signal, hopefully it has picked the signal back up now. So I'm going to go ahead and just walk towards the camera again. So the transmitter and the receiver are, they have direct line of sight. So there shouldn't be any issue as far as a signal dropping out here. So we'll just see how everything sounds when we finish this clip. Now, there is one thing that I checked out that was a little bit disappointing, and that is the USB-C port on the receiver. I was hoping that it would also be a digital interface and that I would be able to connect a USB-C cable from the receiver directly into the USB-C port of my phone or my laptop. But it looks like the USB-C port is just for charging and it's not a digital interface. Now, if it is, then I'm gonna have to dig into the settings of the receiver and find out how to turn that on, because it didn't seem to work right out of the box. So, but yeah. Anyways, this is a sample of the Blink 500 ProX B2 using it with a smartphone. And again, right now I'm filming using my Galaxy Z Fold 4. Well, that was the distance test, and I did hear the audio glitch a couple of times, but the signal never fully cut out, which is really, really good. So, they say 100 meters, and I believe that's if you have direct line of sight without any obstructions or anything. So when I turned my back and I was walking away, that's when I heard the signal glitch a little bit, but it never actually fully cut out. When I turned around and reestablished line of sight, it seemed like it was just fine. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm happy with it. I always like the way Saramonic mics sound, and I've just had some problems in the past where I've had some signal cut out, but I think this microphone, they've fixed some of those issues. Now, I will say, while Saramonic is one of my favorite microphone manufacturers, and I use their products all the time, both for my mobile phones and for my regular cameras, their Soundbird T3 is my regular everyday use shotgun microphone. The problem that I have with it is they don't offer audio recording with the microphones, with the wireless mics, and I feel like they're falling behind the other manufacturers. And with that, when you look at someone like Rode with the Rode Wireless Go 2, there's a couple of features on there that make that microphone really, really attractive. One, both of those transmitters are basically field recorders. You can record, I believe it's like up to 7 hours of broadcast quality audio, or you can even reduce it down to like MP3 quality and you can get more time out of it. The DJI microphone also allows that same thing, that same feature. And now the DJI mic is about $30 more than the Saramonic. However, the Rode right now is actually on sale at B&H for like $232 or something like that. So it's actually about $60 something cheaper than the Saramonic. And another issue is with the Rode, you actually can plug into the USB-C port of the receiver and then go directly into either a computer or a tablet or your smartphone with the USB-C or a Lightning cable, and that USB-C port works as a USB-C audio interface. Whereas with the Saramonic, that is not the case. It's only for charging. Now, also on the DJI, they have those little adapters that allow you to turn your receiver basically into a mobile receiver. So you can plug it right into your iPhone or to your Android phone or your USB-C connected device. So that's very, very nice. Now, neither one of the Rode or DJI offer the lavalier microphones, and so that's something nice to have. But I'll be honest with you, I don't use the included lavalier microphones. I always use the built-in microphones on the transmitters, and so I would really rather have those other features. I really want Saramonic to come out with a wireless mic kit that has the built-in audio recorder. I also want them to have that USB-C port on there to be an audio interface so I can plug directly in from that into my camera or my phone. And I want them to maybe come out with a way to connect directly from the receiver
into my mobile phone, or maybe offer me a kit that has the B2, the ProX B2, but with a USB-C or Lightning adapter, preferably USB-C, since Apple is going to switch over next year. But that's sort of my wish list of everything that I would like from Saramonic, because I do like the way their microphones sound, and if I know I'm going to be shooting in a situation that's not very demanding, I generally reach for one of their microphones. But if I think I'm going to be in a situation that's a little bit more demanding, I usually leave them at home. So, but anyways, there you have it. That was a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a ramble, but I'm going to leave links to this product down below in the video description so that you can check it out. I'm also going to leave links to my Amazon page and my social media contacts so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.